cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Chicago Bears. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. This defense for the Bears, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Another run on second down with Carter. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On second down, a run with Carter. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Let's go, defense. Who you got? He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Now Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On second down now, it's Carter. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here's Carter. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Here's a give to Carter. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Carter is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Play action. It's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. Fields on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Wilson here, pass caught by Carter. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Carter. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing again is Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Kelly. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Jets 16-yard line.
From the 16, Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball? That's accurate, yeah. And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. 7 yards, the pickup there. Wilson will throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner? Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And
that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, he's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Back to throw. Fields. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff for Carter. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Second down at 4.
Wilson. Open man is Ross, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Carter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Another tote for Carter.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start? And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinton Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Flush to his right. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears cut into that lead. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Carter. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll run here with Carter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
They'll try to run for it with Carter.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Michael Carter.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set them up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Extra point.